I might be seeing things in Luke 1, but let's have a look, see what you think. So I've got this in NLT just because it's readable a bit easier, a bit simpler. Many people have set out to write accounts about the events that have been fulfilled among us. They have used eyewitness reports calculating among us from the early disciples. Having carefully investigated everything from the beginning, I also have decided to write, in King James it's in perfect order, to write a careful account for you, most honourable Theophilus. So we'll have a look here. Most honourable, most excellent, most noble, mightiest, strongest, noblest, most illustrious, best, most excellent, very honourable, most excellent. So this is talking about you guys. Friend of God. Alright, Theophilus is friend of God or Christian. Alright, so you are a mightiest, strongest, noblest, most illustrious. Theophilus. So you can be certain of the truth of everything you were taught. Alright, so the things that you've been taught. Now, I'm going to look at this with the tribulation glasses. So let's see if you can bear with me. When Herod was king of Judea, alright, or Jews, I suppose. So thinking about today's times, there was a Jewish priest named Zechariah. Now the book of Zechariah and Hosea starts at the beginning of tribulation. So I'll just keep that in mind. He was a member of the priestly order of Father is Jehovah. Okay, so this one here, Abiyah, my father is Jehovah. Alright, so that's there. The next one, and his wife was also from the priestly line of Aaron. So if you look at Aaron. Now I'll also point out these are like G7, these are very low numbers. These are right in the very start of the thingies. This one is Lightbringer, which I would say is Jesus. Alright, Jesus is the Lightbringer. So you've got Father Yah and Jesus. Alright, so you've got it looks to me like the equivalent of Jews and Gentiles both together. So she's Jesus, he's from father's side. Zechariah and Elizabeth were righteous in God's eyes, careful to obey all the Lord's commandments and regulations, and they had no children because Elizabeth was unable to conceive. So yes, once you're with Jesus, you can't be a Jew. You don't have. There's no point in being a Jew. It's the other way around. So they wouldn't produce any fruit from that union, I say. So no children. One day, Zechariah was serving God in the temple in order his duty that week, as was the custom of priests. He was chosen by lot to enter the sanctuary of the Lord and burn incense. A great crowd stood outside praying. While Zechariah was in the sanctuary, an angel of the Lord appeared to him, standing to the right side of the altar. Zechariah was shaken, overwhelmed with fear when he saw him. But the angel said, "Do not be afraid, Zechariah. God has heard your prayer. Your wife, Elizabeth, will give you a son, and you are to name him John." So she's gonna give birth to John. You will have great joy and gladness, and many will rejoice in this birth. For he will be great in the eyes of the Lord. He must never touch wine, so forth. And he will turn many Israelites to the Lord their God. He will be a great man of spirit and power. Elijah prepared the people for the coming of the Lord, and turn hearts of the fathers to the children, and will cause those who are rebellious to accept wisdom. How can this be sure this will happen? I am old now. My wife is also well among years. I'm Gabriel, but since you did not believe me, what I said, you will be silent and unable to speak until the child is born. So I'm looking at like the Jews won't say anything in that regards until the child is born. You know, like the Revelation 12 sign, that sort of thing. I'm thinking along those lines. Meanwhile, people were waiting for Zechariah to come out of the sanctuary, wondering why it was taking so long. So everyone wondering why the Jews were taking so long to come out of their hiding spot. When he finally did come out, he couldn't speak to them. Then they realized from his gestures and silence that he must have seen a vision in the sanctuary. Zechariah, a week of service in the temple was over. He returned home. Soon afterwards, his wife Elizabeth became pregnant and went into seclusion for 5 months. Alright, so that 5 months might have something to do with tribulation, be probably worth to have a look into. How kind the Lord is, she exclaimed. He has taken away my disgrace from having no children. Alright, and then you go on to the birth of Jesus. So, but it also says here the 6th month Elizabeth's pregnancy, the virgin named Mary, she was engaged to be married. Gabriel appeared to her, greetings. Don't be afraid, for I found favour with God. Forever, may I ask? Sorry, there's a bit here where it says your older. There we go. Your relative Elizabeth has become pregnant in her old age. So Elizabeth was the older relative. Mary is the younger one. So yeah, just a bit of a study there if anyone's got anything to add to that. Alright, God bless.